here in Las Vegas, here at the Thomas and Mack Center, the home of for the Pelicans, for the Nuggets. Hunter Tyson taking a look. Thomas and Mack Center, finale for each of these teams in Vegas. Underway with the Trey Alexander has it poked, and here's Tyson. 24-year-old guard dishes back, and a wayward three win. Maduro, Providence. Before that, George Mason hands it off. We talked about it. These two teams looking to, for the Nuggets, get back to where they were in the season before. And for the Pelicans
camp, and Zion Williamson looks like he's in great shape. The Pelicans have a chance to beat anybody because he's one of the best players in this league, as we see a nice rim run right there by the big fella as well.
B.J. Hall, last possession for the Nuggets. It's the dunk. Here's Alexander. One of the best in the Big East. On ball by Antonio Reeves.
Guys, they want you to get they want you to run guys off the three-point line, make guys take tough contested twos. That's
draft. The champ at UConn. And we started this broadcast talking about both of these teams. They have their cores. They have their established.
And he's a guy that can really stroke the basketball. You can run him off pin downs, put him in the strong side corner, weak side corner. It doesn't matter. So for him, it's just about making sure that
he's in his rookie year. Here's him off the screen, Jordan Hawkins. Aduro's worked on that long-range shot in his last.
Draw 2 or 3 guys. If Ingram is still on the Pelicans, he'll draw double team with what he does in the mid-range. So Hawkins just has to be able to knock down shots the way
against Aduro. Jameer Young with the left hand around and down. The first part of his career with the Spurs, being known as that defensive specialist really at that guard spot offense.
Last 2 seasons, so anybody that even looks like they can remotely hit a jumper has a shot. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
There's a lot of shooting, and I like Christian Watson, and I like Peyton Watson, and I like Christian Brown, but those guys aren't shooters. They would just not. Hunter Tyson's able to just knock down a shot. Maybe he can be one of those guys.
Yeah, it's one of those interesting things.
Malik Beasley was signed. Nuggets didn't get any of those guys. Gary Trent Jr. There's been some guys that can shoot. The Nuggets weren't able to get any of them.
Nuggets already up 15, getting the stops on the defensive end. Trey Alexander play makes.
Oh, my goodness.
That was a
held up.
Strong attack.
That's nice.
Here. 5 years in school, Texas Tech, and then Oral Roberts. Young. Second time we see him use that left hand in the lane. Timeout, excellent pass. Swatted away. Keon Brooks goes up. Brown tries to follow and does. Parker Brown. For Santa Clara, his teammates with Jalen Williams there.
What he can really be. He plays well. Big-time winner. Obviously won a championship at Kansas. When we talk about Christian Brown, you see a nice layup. Right, he's right on the edge of being a big-time player in this league if he can just get that jumper right.
You can tell the front office, because you're right, he is able to get the three-point shots up, hit them at a high percentage, and what it does.
Jokic, the thing that really gets me is the passing and then the touch. Those floaters that he hits all the time, he makes it look easy. Part from most bigs, even in NBA history, is he's getting more assists than some of your favorite point guards.
And what you didn't even see
out there, when he steps off the court, man, they're one of the worst teams in the league. That just tells you how good he truly is.
Well, that also goes to show you the area of improvement for the Nuggets.
And down the stretch of that game, he was gassed. He normally gets a break in the third quarter. They could not have. And whether that's Watson being better off the bench, maybe that's Russell Westbrook bringing in some pop off the bench. Only 1 assist. I mean, this has just been an offensive disaster, to say. I guess you got to start getting stringing a couple of good possessions together and see how that works.
Smooth give and go basketball, but
the pick and roll game on the offensive end and the defensive end, that's key. And Williams stepped out of bounds right there. Can you switch the pick and roll and move your feet? How do you rotate from a rim protection standpoint? As we see a great drive right there. How do you rotate?
When the game
shouldn't foul out in Summer League. If you foul out with 10 fouls, you're a hack. And we've had a couple. That's egregious.
Got a lot of people attacking the basket. Lots of opportunities, just like that.
Nice.
Jameer Young.
Back door, and there was nobody home for the Pelicans.
Jordan Ford finally registers a 3.
And he was a great veteran as well when you talk to guys around the locker room.
So game number 1 is right now on that depth chart.
I do not. I'm not saying that those guys can't, But I do think that they.
I kind of just want to be on the court, but you know, it's good to just see these guys, everybody, especially on our team, get their opportunity and you know, just rotation a little bit. But you know, my main goal this year is to be a contributor night in and night out, whether it's starting or off the bench. I just want to be able to be that spark.
Future Hall of Famer. What are your thoughts on the addition of him?
I'm super excited to have you know, Russ come join us, especially as a
guy struggling summer league, and they'll have a good regular season. But what are you hoping your summer league? Excuse me. That you can. How would you hoping this will translate over to the regular season?
I feel like a lot of the things that I did on the court are things that.
Would it be like the last game of Summer League? Might not see him again today. Good steal. Great anticipation right there.
Reeves coast in.
That's how you get back in the game, and that was called.
Tyson from the corner. Halfway down. Rebound snatch on the switch.
Great defense by Hall.
Holding up there on the switch. Leads to a forward three that goes. And Brandon, I like a lot what Julian said just chatting with Chris Haynes a couple of minutes ago. His Hall misses on the inside.
He really was.
Wanting to know some stuff.
Yeah,
He really was.
We walked down a three earlier on in this quarter. Brooks, this is what he did at Washington. Size mismatch. Loader. Nuggets trying to end the 10-0 Pelicans run. Can Trey Alexander end it? Yes, sir.
Yes, indeed. Great fast break right there. Had forward on him. Take your time. Take a couple of crab jewels. Get them to your area, then pull. Force a problem.
There's a three-pointer.
Got a 2-on-1.
That's locked in. Came down and then had the underside of the bench. Games on ESPN, the semifinals. Behind Jordan Hall, the big guard from St. Joe's, knocks it away and forward is hammered down.
Big time contact right there.
6 games played with Sacramento was on a
and shooting 8 for 26 from the floor. It is phenomenal that they have 5 blocks in this game.
Of course, in the mix of that, Jordan Hawkins for the Pelicans. Hall runs in to the big and a fellow Hall. For second. Down to just 8. Tyson.
This deal done, and it's smart by Kobe Altman to go ahead and take care of this quick, fast, and in a hurry.
It's funny, too. Related to the Pelican, Allen. They're both effective when they're on the floor playing the center position. And, of course, their question is how
Karl Anthony Towns. But I do think that Evan Mobley, he is super talented, and he needs to be a little bit more aggressive to find his own.
To as close as 8. Right now a 10-point contest. Reeves from downtown, bullseye. Our announcers, LaFonso Ellis is Walter Ellis's father.
Oh, man, hey, listen, LaFonso Ellis was one of the best college analysts.
Watching the Team USA versus South Sudan game earlier today.
Part of it. Ooh, he's been smooth out here today.
Young, reverse.
Number again, 17 points. Pelicans is danger time as we get the and-one layup. Yeah, the Pelicans got it.
The next step from being at the bottom of the Western Conference playoff picture.
27, 28 points per game. We know he's a bull in the China shop. Getting down here with that left hand. Biggs can't. We see a nice three-point shot. NC State. And if you don't know DJ Burns, he was probably 300 pounds earlier this year when it was NCAA tournament time. I tell you, does Chris Haynes know what we talk?
I am aware.
Do you know what Williamson we're talking about?
Too quick on the perimeter for Biggs. I want to know, during your thick days, while you were playing in the
on air? Did you say back in the day I was thick?
You were a little thicker back in the day. Yeah.
What? Wait what?
A little thick. Yeah, back in the day. You know, that's back when you know the 7-footers had to put on some weight, some girth.
Man, I don't like no man calling me thick. Another man can't call another man thick. Man. I'm not rolling. I'm not doing this today. I refuse. I refuse. The Kyrie Irving trade. People were questioning that trade, man. That trade turned out to be a big time win for the Mavs.
He was done with the layups.
Yeah.
Ford.
Quick that night. That was I was in the other arena. I was calling the game with Jared Greenberg. We were live on air. And next thing you know,
all the NBA things that were happening that day, from Zion to the earthquake.
Leonard signing there. I thought, man, the Clippers about to win a couple championships. Got the best player in the deal. and all the draft picks.
Yeah, Paul George was a part of 2 playoff series wins.
Sam Presti.
They were willing to allow Paul George to walk away for nothing, as they did, but they did so believing that they felt like they could.
They can let Paul George walk out the door and replace him with who?
I'm telling you, their plan. They feel like in the aggregate they can get 3.
I'm gonna come in with the real.
Go ahead, okay.
They are not title contenders in the bubble, and they lost that lead to the Denver Nuggets, but it was either Paul. If I don't give Paul George his money, I would have found a way to get Kuminga in that deal. The Golden State Warriors really wanted Paul George. I would have at least got Kuminga out of that deal.
Burrow stands tall.
He got numbers.
Ford runs the break to the corner. Reeves three-ball.
That's what he does.
Backs down. Hall defends. A Duro fade. Brooks follows. He's fouled. A category, but a lot more communication too defensively for New Orleans here in the 4th. Cavs coming up next on NBA TV. Tomorrow on ESPN. Clippers and Grizzlies. Tied at 75, Brendan. Didn't think we would get here.
I did not.
And Mitchell throws it away. The finale for both of these teams here at Summer League. Off the inbounds, Alexander lays it in. The great product from Trey Mitchell. A Duro follows around and out.
Doing big time work inside.
And Brooks' hammer. The arms came. 21 points in Vegas. Once again tied, 77-all. Of course, Messi not in the lineup for New Orleans. Our first-round pick. Hall spins, nearly wins.
He wasn't going for that spin. Hunter Tyson was about to go be wide open for a layup.
That was in the world right now. Where's those Nuggets color?
Reeves off that three-point line, not letting him catch that ball and just do what he does well, make him drive it.
Alexander loves the...
They're going to keep a door on that pick and roll again. Alexander's going to attack that.
Dishes, Young, lefty release.
Great open 3.
7-0 run after the game was tied. Brooks Jr. got the ball in the air. So with Alexander getting to the free throw line, something he did a lot in college.
Just going to work the clock a little bit. Pelicans trying to come up with a little bit of a trap.
To the corner. But New Orleans could never get that lead. Tied it a couple of times after being down 20-plus points. Ford step back, flicks the 3 and splashes it. Hunter Tyson. Tyson makes both that have their core set. Trying to find those surrounding pieces to make deeper runs for the...
About the Pelicans, and we talked a lot about. My agent's gonna be calling. I'm like, hey man, this is the.
Catches the outlet. That should just about wrap this one up. Denver holds on at a big lead. A game, and New Orleans finishes in Vegas 0-5. Still encouraged.